Hey guys, part two, shooting even smaller guns this week. Will it affect my bill drill? Watch the video and find out.
Today's video is brought to us by Mantis. The Mantis family of products is integral to ASP staff building handgun and carbine skills and are your most economical and fastest path to improvement in your skills too. Whether you choose the X10, the Laser Academy, the Blackbeard, or use them all in concert, they will help your practice be more effective, efficient, and fun. Go check them out, pick up a unit, and thank them for sponsoring today's video.
Hey guys, Brian Hill with The Complete Combatant. This is Active Self-Protection Extra, and this is your Mantis Dry Fire Live Fire Monday. And I made a video, and it got some views and it got some comments, so I have to make another video about the same thing. The original video was this. The gentleman said that if I didn't have the comp and the light on my gun, I couldn't shoot as well as I do. And I thought, all right, let's go find out, because instead of just getting offended by it, let's go measure it. So I brought 3 guns to the range. I brought my full-size gun, I bought VP9 stock with a red dot, and I brought a SIG P225A1, which is the small compact version, looks about shield size, single stack 9mm, iron sights with a DASA trigger. And what I saw was about a 0.1 to a 0.2 difference across the 3 guns. So it didn't kill me. And I was able to shoot fairly well because the skill mattered. But those are all my guns, and I shoot those pretty well. And then people say, well, you need to shoot an even smaller gun. You're not comparing appropriately. And as I said at the beginning of the video, I have very big hands, and I will not give up my pinky on a gun because I think that's a bit irresponsible on my part, because a significant amount of strength is in the pinky. When I originally got a Glock 26 and shot it, first thing I did was put an extended magazine on it, making it the same size as a Glock 19 again, because it was hard to shoot. It is hard to shoot when your pinky's not on the gun. I personally won't carry a gun that I find to be extremely suboptimal. Let's think about suboptimal things. I'm not able to shoot it well, okay? It doesn't have sights that are workable, or doesn't shoot to its point of aim. It tends to malfunction when I shoot it at high performance levels, all right? Or it's carrying a round that I know doesn't go off every time, okay? So those are the things that I think about with a gun. Those are my context, they're not your context, and remember, you're not defined by what you carry. Let's talk about levels of concealment. So some people cover guns, they put a strong side holster over it, they put their shirt over it, it sticks out like there's some sort of brick underneath them, and then they call it concealed. Now, that's not concealment, that's covered. And then concealment is, we have a good holster, we have a good belt system, maybe we have a pad, we have a wing, whatever, and it really conceals the gun so you can't see it, okay? A trained eye may be able to find it, but most people simply will not see it or know that it's there. And then final carry is covert. All right, you got to hide it, because if the gun was found, it would create problems for you, but it also means your access is going to be extraordinarily slow to it in comparison. Or maybe not extraordinary, but it'll be quite a bit slower than if you had it, okay? Now the problem with these guns I'm going to shoot today is one's not mine, so the holster's not set up for me, so I should see a difference in draw speed, not so much in the shooting. And then the other one is my gun. Let's go through that one first, all right? So when I ran an MMA gym, I like to have a gun that I could throw on while I had fight shorts. If nobody was in the gym and I'm by myself and I own a shop, I like to have a firearm with me. This was a lightweight Performance Center snub nose 5-shot 38 special from Smith & Wesson. All right, did change the stocks though. They are quite a bit bigger than the stocks that came with it, so I could get a good grip on it, because otherwise I simply don't shoot it well. The only upgrade to it is I painted the front sight a bright orange so I can see the thing. And then I don't get to choose the ammo with this gun. You choose 38 special ammo by where the sights are. And if the ammo will shoot to the sights, then that's the ammo you choose. So suboptimal round in that category. It's okay, but I don't get a lot of choices with it. All right, and then the other one is the 365. This is my wife's gun. It is the XL version, so I can get my hand on it. All right, it's got a 507K, so a smaller window, but with a red dot. It's got a good front sight on, it's got a good trigger. It's 12+1, so it carries 7 more rounds than the other gun, and it hides extraordinarily well. It's a good shooting gun, all right? Something I wouldn't hesitate to conceal carry myself, but since my holster and my belt works so well, I don't have to carry this small of a gun, and I prefer to carry one that fits my hand and I can shoot better. These all require work. You have to be fully present when you shoot these guns. And that means practice time will be limited, because it'll require more work and concentration, and it also abuses you a bit more. all right? That means you practice less with these. Also, there's platitudes like, 6 shots for sure with a revolver, but it's not been my experience. I've been in revolver classes where there's a failure rate of 15 to 25% of the revolvers on the line, and that means they were taken off the line. They simply didn't work. Either we're getting light strikes, cylinder stops rotating, things that need a gunsmith to look at it. So nothing's for sure. The smaller guns, when you start shooting them one-handed in retention, they tend to fail, and when people shoot them really quick, they get all over them, which also tends to make failure. If they get dirt in them, they have less movement, and they need to be well lubricated, and they need to be cleaned to be able to shot well. So all this will require a bit more work for you. Hence the reason I carry a medium-sized gun like the VP9. All right, so I'm going to shoot these with it. The drill was a bill drill, which I thought was a pretty good indicator for the armed citizen. It's draw and fire 6. Of course, I'm not going to be able to do that with the revolver. It's draw and fire 5, so we'll compare the times, but you have to add another split on there to make it comparable. We should see a little difference in the draw. That's what I'm really going to feel on these. These are not guns I carry or practice with, and if I wanted to really make sure this video favored my viewpoint, I would just simply practice these for the next couple weeks, and then I can come out and just smoke them. But I'm just going to shoot them as they are. This is cold level shooting with these. Draw and fire 6 on the Alpha at 7 yards. Okay, 21 feet, it's pretty significant with a small gun like this. It's good shooting. It requires sights to do it well with these small guns. All right, let's see how this works out for me. All right, 6 rounds off, all alphas, 280. So the national average, let me show that again. Somebody always says I did a little too fast. So the draw is a 145, so that's 0.45 over what my normal draw was, and a larger gun allows you to draw it quicker. All right, so maybe not conceal as well, but a quicker draw. I prefer the quicker draw. The splits on it were 31, 28, 26, 27, 23, which is much higher than my normals. Maybe a tenth over most of them, or 0.05, so a little bit more. But I still beat the national average, which is 3 seconds from concealment. My class average is 2.5. I think if I practice on the draw, I could get that down to a 2.5. All right, so it didn't kill me, but does make a little difference, but still good shooting. All alphas, controllable gun, good job. Now we're going to do it with a snub nose revolver. So double action only trigger, so a longer pull. Less usable sights. These things all make a difference, and harder to draw from the holster because of its concealment value. All right, only 5 shots this time. Let's see how this works out. All right, 2 out that time, 304, 157 draw, that's the majority of the time, 38, 37, 36, 36. So we'll say 36 across on the splits. So if it was 6 shots, it would be roughly 3.5 seconds, or 340, something like that, 3.40. All right, can do the work, much harder to get a grip on. It's very different than the standard semi-automatic grip because I'm using my thumbs down in this position, small gun, and 2 slightly out to the side. So not quite as accurate with it, but still pretty good shooting overall. I'm happy with it. Let's go look at the target. All right, there you have it, folks. Those are the 2 out on the revolver. Everything else was in. Maybe it's not perfect, okay? None of this was meant to be perfect. It was just to respond to how much am I getting away with using a comp and a light. And I got to tell you, those things matter very little in comparison to being able to draw the gun well. All right, I can get a good grip on it. It's a familiar grip and it works well. Why do I have those on my gun? Because I don't have to work as hard. I shoot an awful lot, and less effort means more time I can shoot. That's it. That's the end of the line. That doesn't make me a better shooter, Your trigger won't make you a better shooter, your sights won't make you a better shooter. You have to be a better shooter to be a better shooter. And that's what we're working on, guys. So use your Mantis on your small guns too. See how it affects you. Really look at the recoil meter on it. It's going to tell you the truth of how well you're shooting. Saw a little bit difference in my splits because yes, the gun's rising much quicker and it's a little harder to control. I know this won't settle things for the internet. It never does. And somebody said you should have done this, you should have done this. Guys, I'm not going to shoot guns that I find to be suboptimal for me. You shoot, you carry whatever you want. You're an American. It's a free America, and you can choose as you like to. These would be the absolute smallest guns that I could comfortably carry and feel responsible with my ability to put shots on the target. I would say the snub-nose revolver for me is probably a 10-yard gun, maybe a 15. And the 365 I can probably make pretty good shots out to 25 yards with. And that's how it works out, guys. All right. So I know I won't put this to rest, but I look forward to your comments. I look forward to your views and your likes, and let me know what we can do better on this. All right. Keep your ideas coming. We'll make videos on it. And remember, the most important thing is, guys, if somebody says something, don't just take umbrage at it. Go out and measure, refine it, and perform so that you know what each thing cost you and how effective and efficient you can be in each context. All right, I'm Brian Hill with The Complete Combatant. This is Active Self-Protection Extra. Thanks for tuning in. Hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you next time.